What's good, YouTube? It's Mr. Cashflow back today with another video, and today I'm gonna be showing you the best trade lines to add to your credit profile in order to get approved for high limit funding. The first type of trade line that you can add is something called credit builder loans. So these are accounts like Self-Lender, KOVO Credit, Kickoff. So what you do is you go to these apps and you pay a monthly deposit in exchange for them posting a positive trade line to your credit report. These accounts will post to your credit report as an installment loan. Whenever you go to the banks, you will need a mix of different credit types. So you need installment accounts, you need auto loans, you need mortgages. If you have all of these different types of accounts, this will make you have a stronger credit profile. Most people get confused with thinking that if you have a good credit score, you'll be able to go to the bank and get approved for whatever you want, but that's not true. Because you need to structure your credit profile in order to get approved for what you want. So that means you need to have comparable credit. If you get an auto loan, you need to have something comparable. If you want to get approved for a car that's worth $100,000, you need to have something on your credit showing the bank that you're paying back. The second type of trade line is an authorized user trade line. Authorized user trade line is not your credit card. It is somebody else's credit card. What you're doing is paying to have that card's history and credit limit reported to your credit. So it's just like somebody you know having a good credit score. And they have a credit card that has a $20,000 limit. You can pay these people between $500 and $1,000 and they'll give you a slot on their credit card. And what it will do is it will boost your credit score about 50 to 100 points depending on how your credit is. Now, whenever you get an authorized user trade line, there are two things that you need to make sure. The first thing is you need to make sure that you have all negative items removed from your credit. If you have negative items on your credit report and you add authorized user trade lines, it's not going to help you that much. All it's going to do is boost your credit. It's going to show the numbers looking higher. You're going to look like you made 100 points, but in reality, you will still get denied because you have collections and repos and evictions and all those things on your credit. You have to get those removed no matter what. If you went through credit repair and you had to delete a lot of accounts on there, then you can add an authorized user trade line and it will give you more history. Also, what it can do is increase your total credit utilization. If you get a credit card that's worth $20,000, they owe $0 on it, it will boost your credit limit $20,000. So if you have high utilizations on some cards, you need to get that lower, you can get an authorized user trade line and it will boost it for you. Next type of trade line that you can get is something called backdated trade lines. So these are things like rent reporters. You can get backdated auto primaries, you can get backdated installment accounts, but a backdated trade line is a trade line that shows as if you've been paying it for the last 2 years or 3 years or however long. If you've been paying rent for 2 or 3 years and you haven't gotten any credit for it, what you can do is you can go to Boom Pay or Rent Reporters and go in the app and tell them that you started your lease 2 or 3 years ago. And what will happen is whenever it reports, it will show that you have 2 or 3 years of backdated history. Another way you can get backdated trade lines is by going to a data furnisher. Starting on July 1st, we will be able to furnish data. So if you want to purchase our primary trade lines, you can message me on Instagram, Telegram, or click the link in my stand store to get in contact with me. A backdated auto trade line is basically showing that bank that you have comparable car credit. If you want to get approved for a car that's worth $75,000 or more, but you've never paid for a car on your credit report, they're most likely going to deny you, or they're going to tell you that they're only going to give you like $35K. The way to get around this is by getting a backdated trade line and posting that to your consumer report. Before you purchase a backdated trade line, you need to do research on the company that you're working with. Most of these trade line companies that are posting on Google, they're not real. Most of them on the internet, like if they got a Shopify that tells you to go to their Bitcoin page, it's not them. So what they're going to do is just take your money because they do not have the power to furnish their own data. They don't know Metro 2. They don't know any of that. So you need to do research on the company you're working with. So if you want to get approved for higher limits and higher loans, you can add backdated history. That will help you get approved and show the banks that you've already either paid off a loan before or showing that you hold up to that amount. So if you want to get a loan and you've never shown that you had a loan on your credit, then most likely they're going to deny you or they're going to give you a low limit. And if you want $10,000, all you have to do is get that trade line posted to your credit report showing that you've already paid off a loan for $10,000 or you already have a loan open for $10,000, get access to high credit limits and loans. It's been Mr. Cashflow, and if you have any questions, you can message us on Instagram or Telegram.